Hi guys, and welcome back to OG Cars, and in today's video we're just doing a very quick update on the Wartburg night. Now this car, as you may have seen in the last video, attempted to attend Rustival and unfortunately broke down. Now the problem for this was actually our plastic water pump pulley exploding. It just fell into two pieces and that was it. The belt came off, I had no cooling because the fan wasn't going against the radiator and it was just getting a bit too warm, so there was no way we were going to be able to make Rustival. We had to get transported back and we took the mighty Saxo just behind, which we managed to get to the show at 1 p.m. and just about enjoy all of the cars that were there. There's a video on that if you haven't seen that already anyway for Rustival 2024. Now, the question is, what went wrong with the car? Well, let's go and show you. Now, you join me at a very messy workstation. I apologise, all of my tools are scattered everywhere because I've been working tirelessly on several cars because we've moved some things about as new projects are going to get worked on, or rather old projects that I just haven't got around to. Anyway, you can see the problem here. The pulley is an original plastic style one. It's just fallen apart. Now, this rearmost part, I mean, to be fair, I can't say too much. This part is 50 years old, roughly. Well, to be fair, the car is 50 years old this year. So if this is the original pulley, it's 50 years old. Fair play to it, it's lasted this long. I had a spare head right here. So what I've done is I've taken the pulley off this one to use. Apologies again for the mess. What I want to do is proper clean out in the garage here at some point. You may have noticed Charles in here as well. Another video coming on this car very shortly. But yes, basically the water pump pulley I've taken off there, but unfortunately not all went to plan, and I may have had to have brought the welder out. So here we are with the pulley attached. I've just fitted this up now, so we've got another belt on there. And yeah, we've got our new dynamo. This was newly fitted. Obviously we had new fuel lines all the way through as well, because we had all sorts of fuel filter blocking issues which caused all kinds of problems. I ended up rebuilding the top part of the carb, all the fuel lines, the fuel filter, cleaning out the fuel tank, all kinds of things. So it's all been going on. Obviously last year, new coolant lines, new clutch, various other bits. So it's had a lot of stuff. We've got some new spark plugs to go in at the NEC show, which we're going to be attending this weekend. But this water pump pulley, now my welding's not very good, so I'm not going to close up on my welding, because to be fair, the top MiG 150 welder I have has wire feed issues, and yeah, that's not ideal. It is a gas welder, which is good, but the wire feed on the top MiG 150 is renowned for going wrong. So while I'm at a Practical Classic show, maybe I'll look at an Artec or similar welder and figure out my options for future. But basically, a couple of points on the rear cracked and came off. So what I've done is I've popped them on, welded it, and I've cleaned it up a little bit and just given it a quick spray in silver, which obviously the rest of it is no longer silver anymore after all kinds of, you know, corrosion, a little bit of water sitting on the top. I need to give this a good clean. But ultimately, now that we have this pulley back on, which is literally just one 17mm nut, but I couldn't fix it at the side of the road because obviously I had no pulley when I broke down the other day. The job is now done. One 17mm nut and a few 13mm later, just because the adjustment is on the dynamo side there. So now it's all good. Hopefully we'll run this car up to the NEC. So the plan for this car at the NEC is to do a general tidy up underneath. So what I'm going to do is jack it up, take the wheels off, check the brakes. Obviously I did this when I first got it, but that was a little while ago now. I think it did have new cylinders at that time, so obviously we'll just check the cylinders, check the shoes, check the pipes and hoses and stuff like that. Do a general inspection. I want to do a little bit of wire brushing and undersealing if we can. I'll have to make sure I bring my dustpan and brush so I don't ruin the NEC floor. But yeah, that's just a few general things we want to do on there, and the spark plugs, just because I changed those last year, but they looked like they could do with doing again. So I'm going to change those. I've got a new set of rear lights and front indicators, so I may stretch and do those as well. Maybe a little bit of cleanup on the body, but ultimately I will have another car there, which I've mentioned to you guys. A certain orange Wartburg JHY 391P. I mentioned this in the video where we said we had bought 20 cars in 1 year. That was yeah, 2023. And basically we've bought that car, but it still hasn't come back. But it's actually coming back to the fold. It's going to be picked up by Sam and dropped off at the NEC. So when we're at the NEC, you shall see the blue Wartburg and the orange Wartburg sitting next to each other for the first time. So that'll be very exciting to see. If you're at the Practical Classics restoration show this weekend, please come over to the IFA Club and say hello to myself or Georgina. She's also on the Young Retro Motor Club stand with the Saxo and the people over there. So obviously come and say hello to them as well. Thanks very much for watching this video, guys. We will hope to see you in that next one there. Like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you then. Bye.